All right, I think we're live, guys. I think we're live. Let's get started. What's going on, everybody? We are live today, and I gotta pull up the chat. Give me 1 second. What's going on, everybody? Today is December 27, 2017. I'm Sam Capizzi, your host for today at CryptoSomniac, here to bring you everything cryptocurrency related, where the markets never sleep, and neither do we. Today, I'm here to talk about Verge, and even broader, and afterwards, I really want to talk about, and I think this video will be really helpful, we're going to talk about privacy coins, and we're going to be talking about really the market in general, because I think this extends to this notion that I'm going to go over in this topic, extends to kind of the market in general and my outlook on it. So what's going on, everybody? We got Jurassic Bark from YouTube over on Twitch. Nice outlook on it. So we are on Twitch now. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're streaming from everywhere. Verge is dead. Glad you do this earlier today for the East Coast people. Yeah, I try to find the best time to do this. I need to wake up earlier for me in Texas. We'll try to answer as many questions as possible too today. Actually, let's cover the news first before we jump into Verge. So, Twitter, John McAfee was recently hacked, and I was talking about this with my buddy Dan earlier. Actually, I think maybe even fake, who knows, but this guy's eccentric. You know, I'm actually guessing that maybe he wasn't hacked. Anyway, he had a huge pump and dump today for what was it? It was Siacoin, basic attention token, and he deleted those tweets and claimed that he was hacked. He had tweets like "go buy, literally pumped the coins, and he says, you know, my account was hacked. Twitter has been notified. The coin of the day tweet was not me. As you all know, I am not doing a coin of the day anymore. Though I am a security expert, I have no control over Twitter security. I have haters. I am a target. People make fake accounts, fake screenshots, fake claims. I am a target for hackers who lost money and blame me. Please take responsibility for yourselves. Adults only, please." I actually have a feeling this may be a pump and dump by him. He is very eccentric, like we said yesterday, and definitely need to be careful. Don't buy off of his advice. Yeah. Anyway, that's the news in John McAfee's world. Do not buy per his suggestions, please. Do your own research, and that's all I have to say about John McAfee. Next up is, let's talk about Verge, and I'll try to answer questions as we go along and sort of towards the end, and we'll answer your questions and talk about coins in general. But let's go onto the site and let's take a look at Verge. And Snay isn't going to like this video, and nor is any Verge hodler. 13 cents, down a lot. And I'm here to burst a lot of the Verge bubble. I'm here to talk about privacy coins, and I'm here to talk about the rest of the market going forward. And this is a great example of perhaps one of the biggest pump and dumps in history. I had tried to sell. I had tried to convince Snay that he should have sold more often, not been so greedy with his profits, and he probably lost a lot of money by not listening to me. But you live and you learn. Everyone's a little greedy, but I should have done this video a while ago. I felt the same way about Verge as I do today, actually, for many days and weeks now. And I think Snay, to a lesser extent, I think just riding the wave and made a lot of money on it and reaping the profits. But let's break into all of the bad stuff about Verge. So, as many of you know, and I'm going to start with their website. Their website is pretty basic. They have a black paper it's a lot of marketing. This is the only site that I've ever seen anyone actually have their Twitter on their page, literally linked, so you can see their Twitter. You can see what they have called the black paper. This is the contributor. This is one of the contributors right here. Let's take a look. Let's zoom in on that. This guy right here is a contributor. Can I zoom in on that? Yes, I can. This kid right here, he's a contributor. These are our contributors of the mighty Verge project. Right here. Here they are, folks. Here's one right here. Fix that subscriber audio chime from thing. So I decided I was going to keep the chime, and I turned down the volume, so please let me know. And let me make sure it is turned down. Oh, it does not look like it is down. Why didn't that save? I've readjusted the settings. They should be saved. Let me know if it's super loud. It should be adjusted now. But here are our contributors. They have what's called a black paper to further, market. Sounds a lot sexier than a white paper, right? So if you take a look at the black paper about Verge, and we take a look at the black paper, it's literally only like 16 pages. It's not very detailed. It's very brief, and a lot of the claims that they make about stealth addressing are pretty shit in my opinion. And 2 of the pages are appendice pages, and the first page is a title page. So about 13 pages of product specification. Let's move on to basically this Reddit post, and I'm going to bring to you a lot of bad news and all at once, and it's going to get better and better, trust me. So there's this post here that asks about Monero versus other privacy coins. Do you technically know what Verge is? Just that answer alone should answer your question. Their privacy is Tor, which is no better than what people have been doing here for years, which is using Bitcoin plus Tor. Verge is literally vaporware, useless, offers absolutely nothing novel or unique. Their black paper is a joke, no details, no cryptography, just buzzwords. As you pointed out, running it through Tor can be done from any coin, let alone their blockchain. Their blockchain is public, and I can't wait to show you some more of this. This is just the beginning of all of this. I have your questions up. That is my pretty face over on Photoshop. Yes, you should sell. We'll get to my price prediction. Let's just flat out give you my price prediction for Verge. My price prediction for Verge is right here. It's a big fat 0. Literally 0 cents, $0, 0 market cap. Gone from the face of the earth. Let's go more in depth. Here is, let's compare. Let's start with this. This guy is really good. I found this link. Here is an overview of your privacy coins at a glance. It is known information. I have posted many times on the channel. The only privacy coin that I hold is Monero, and I've been a holder and a hodler of it since it was under $1. I've owned it since last August, and I've continued to hold it, and it's treated me very well. Here is a comparison chart of your privacy coins, and this is the reason why Monero is still my only privacy cryptocurrency. Monero is the only one that is private, untraceable, secure, fungible, and decentralized. All the rest of these cryptocurrencies have pieces of this. None have what Monero has, and none of them are truly untraceable. Really, the most important thing that we're looking about. Zcash is a little bit. They have ZK snarks, but even at that, we're not good. I'm going to read to you about Verge. So, Verge being private. Verge has a rich list, so it's not private. Put a Verge address into the blockchain explorer here. They literally have a block address explorer, and see for yourself how much money it has, as well as all of its past transactions. If they sent money, you can see to which addresses they've sent it to. While the IP address of the transaction marker is hidden through Tor and our I2P, that's only part of the privacy equations. Almost all coins, including Bitcoin, can be run over Tor. This is true. You can literally use Tor. It's very easy to use. So in fact, Verge is essentially just Bitcoin ran over Tor. And here is their block explorer. You can literally type in a number or a block, and you can type in any addresses and see the transactions come up. Here it is right here. You can type in, here's an address, a recent transaction that just, or not recent, this looks like it's from August, but you can see the to address, the from address, and the amount that's sent. Great privacy, right? Let's go back. Untraceable. Since all Verge transactions are visible on the blockchain, all Verge transactions can be traced. On their homepage, Verge claims to be completely untraceable, but put a Verge address in a blockchain explorer and you can see its balance and related transactions. That, in my eyes, is completely traceable, and I just showed you that. They claim it's secure. Well, great. That's about all they have. Transactions that are cryptographically secure. Basically, anybody can do that. Tom over on Twitter or Twitch asks, isn't there a bounty for Monero? Yes, there is a bug bounty for Monero. I believe it is $1 million if you can break it and find out who you sent funds or how much funds were sent to where. You'll be given $1 million. Verge is decentralized. Well, great. That's basically Bitcoin. There's a couple of other things it lists here. Bitcoin mixers, which were in the early days a method or a way via of process of transferring funds and making them secure and private. But Monero is still hands down the best. There is no Monero rich list. You cannot find a rich list in Monero. We do not know the 10 richest addresses. It's completely untraceable through ring signatures. Nothing else that I'm aware of at the moment uses ring signatures, which is fully untraceable. You literally cannot tell shit about a Monero transaction. I see people talking about the Wraith protocol. Now, from what I understand, the Wraith protocol will help make Verge untraceable and allow you to basically put on this switch between, do you want to make your transaction public or private, and do it at a flick of a switch. And I think I pulled some information up about that. Where is that? Basically, it is totally optional, from what I understand, if it works, let alone the Wraith protocol. We're going to talk more about it. Is still not here. Seems to be being pushed off, never happening, never coming. I think this was it. Let me read to you some answer on Quora. Monero uses ring signatures, ring CT, and stealth addresses to hide information on the blockchain. For every transaction, there is no way for an outside observer to determine the sending address, the amount sent, or the receiving address. Optional transparency can be provided off-chain by giving the desired persons the view key. Monero can be used with Tor or I2P manually, and Kovri is being worked on to provide native anonymous routing function. Meanwhile, Verge was forked from Dogecoin under the original name Dogecoin Dark, and we all know what Dogecoin is. It uses the same exact technology as Bitcoin and Dogecoin on the blockchain. For every single transaction, the sending address, amount, and receiving addresses are all visible. Verge users can optionally use Tor to send transactions. Let's walk through some of that. Optional. It's not even required. Tor and I2P can be used by pretty much any cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin and Monero. You do not need to use a separate coin to receive the benefits of routing traffic through Tor. These are separate things. A note about the Wraith protocol. Verge has been advertising the inclusion of the Wraith protocol in their coin for some time now. The Wraith protocol is a rebrand of stealth addresses used in Monero and other crypto nodes. It has not yet been implemented. Monero and other crypto node coins have had mandatory stealth addresses for their entire histories. Verge plans to make this feature optional and not include other features such as rigged signatures or confidential transactions. This feature only really works if everyone uses it. It offers little to no protection if only a small fraction of people actually use it. The majority of the blockchain will still be completely transparent, which means there will be little or no privacy protection for those using the Wraith protocol. Great stuff. I'm going to keep it coming. Let's take a second to look at the questions. BitConnect, yes. Ponzi scheme, MLM marketing. Pretty sure it will 5x on new exchange listing at the end of the month. Sell now or New Year's Eve if the myth Wrath doesn't drop. I'm saying sell now, basically is what I'm saying. I think this is a shit coin that will literally go to zero. Well, I also want to talk after this rant about the coins and the long haul of the just crypto in general and my ideas about making money. Buy Doge, great. Made money on his back call though. Something Wraith is gonna make its deadline or is overhyped. I'm personally here to see what Cryptosomniac has to say. Is Wraith protocol released? All these negative things are you telling aren't going to disappear? Yeah, well, apparently Wraith protocol is literally just an optional thingamajig. Tell me, why do you need 18 cryptocurrencies that do the same thing? You do not need to do what has already been done. And I hope to God that did that change? Sponsors, subscribers. Ooh, I did not change that. Sound volume, change media. Let me know if that was a little bit less loud on your ears. Which coins do I think in the top 100 will be zero and which will stay? So that I want to talk about that after I keep going on with this rant. Tell me, why do we need 10 different Monero coins? Why do we need 10 different privacy coins? Why do we need 8 versions of Litecoin? Why do we need this? We don't. The short answer is we don't. I'll save that till the end. Let's keep going through what I dug up about Verge. Less loud for sure. Sweet. Here is a lot of FUD. Oh, let's go to this. This Reddit post popped up, and I'll read it to you. And I'm also trying to be conscious of people, people that are here watching this kind of like as a podcast, and are not listening, or watching. And let me just make sure I'm on YouTube so I can see any of the super chats that came in. All right, we don't have any super chats. Cool. And so let me read this out loud to you. Believe me or not, I don't care, but be warned. According to the ex-vice president of marketing for Verge, only developer on Verge, hasn't communicated with his Verge team in 2 months, and the entire marketing team, which is basically the entire rest of the team, quit the project. He even claims Sunaric never intended on releasing Wraith. This will go down as the largest pump and dump in crypto history. Don't say you weren't warned. Proof. The original post was deleted. Look at the comment from Kieran Daniels. He was vice president of marketing for Verge. Well, I opened that up, and it basically says exactly this. Kieran Daniels. The team quit when Sunaric quit communicating with us over 2 months ago. He claimed Wraith would be being tested and worked and agreed to set a deadline. Deadline was missed, and marketing took the blame when he actually agreed. Zero updates since. You guys are literally here because of McAfee and have no idea of the history of the last 4 months. Everyone hated Verge 3 weeks ago. Which is pretty true, right? Verge is massively pumped up. And I just want to show you, Verge at the moment, it's ridiculous. And this is when we're going to segue a little bit into the future of crypto. But look at Verge. It's ahead of things that are literally life-changing, like OMG. It's insane. It's ahead of things like ARC and... I think I really like Civic, Kyber Network, a bunch of things. It's amazing that it rose as high as it really did. I would have been super impressed if a pump and dump like this got past Monero. I've been telling people to get into Monero. I know it's expensive now, but I've been telling people to get into it for a long ass time. And I want to talk about privacy coins. Privacy is going to be valued. Yes, it was renamed from Dogecoin Dark. Sick name, right, guys? We all know what we think about Dogecoin. Is it true that Verge is a Dogecoin fork? It is. It is a fork of Dogecoin. I dug up all this information to just show you how much of a shitcoin I think it is. Where was I going? So privacy coins. As people get into Bitcoin and realize that privacy is not something that is provided natively by Bitcoin, they will learn to value privacy. So I am a big fan of what privacy coins are, but not Verge, because it's not private and it's literally a shitcoin in my eyes. I'm glad someone got into, can I play devil's advocate for Verge to be successful? Yes, I can. I don't think there is a route because, like I said, we don't need 10 versions of the same coin. And I want to talk a little bit after I'm done with privacy coins about about, I guess, that point in general. But Monero is hands down the best privacy coin out there. We really don't need any others, in my opinion. And I think talking about Verge and privacy coins, I guess, in general, it is going to be necessary. So imagine trying to have a salary or earning your earnings in Bitcoin through like a job where you have you know, a weekly salary or a bi-weekly salary, and you get paid, you know, every 2 weeks like you do typically here in America, and you get paid the same amount every 2 weeks. Then it's very easy to identify what your salary is by, you know, that information is publicly recorded on the ledger, on the blockchain ledger. So people don't really like to have their salary information exposed, and that is not typical. Imagine someone who lives in I don't know, a third world country, and they want to buy the Bible, and they're not allowed to because it's illegal according to their religion, or at least their country's specific religion. You could use, in theory, Monero to purchase that and not be identified, and still be okay with purchasing a Bible, where I think in that case, you know, privacy is important, and people should have the right to want to study whatever religion they want. People should have the right to hide their amounts of salary. And there is a great need, I think, for privacy coins. And when people get into Bitcoin, because I think it's a misunderstanding and a misconception that Verge, I mean, that Bitcoin is private. It's not private. It is secure, but it's not by any means private. It's publicly listed, recorded information. So as people get into Bitcoin and start to realize that there's still a very, very small percentage of the world invested into Bitcoin, and I think as people realize that and become more, you know, aware of what it is and how it works, they will value privacy. And you're seeing that as Monero continues to grow every day. I was invested since $1, understood the importance and value and what security can do, and it's paid off greatly. I've made almost 400x on my returns. This is live, guys. I am looking at your questions, absence of Nunchi. Also, so he sounded like he was pretty behind Tron's dev team. I wish I was part of Tron's dev team. I like Tron a shit ton, but I'm not part of their dev team. Snay is in the chat. Miss you, Sam. You should watch the beginning of this video and sell all your Verge while you can get out now. I told you to get out earlier, Snay. I'll answer your questions after the stream, Snay. I saw your questions. Anyway, so privacy is definitely valued and important, right? I think I made that clear. And Monero, actually, very interestingly, Alphabay was hacked, or not hacked, it was taken down, rather. Alphabay was the successor to the Silk Road, a dark market or a dark net or a dark web for illegal and illicit things. And Monero was accepted as a form of payment. And I can't remember the exact amounts that they confiscated. Alphabay shut down. Basically, what they had was they were able to confiscate funds, I think, from all the addresses. However, they could not identify how much Monero was in the Monero address of the owner, I believe, of Alphabay, the dark web. That was the only one, I believe, that they had could not recover the funds from. And I'm just trying to see Alphabay funds recovered. I'd like to just know a little bit more about users claim missing funds. This isn't it. I want to see if I can quickly find it. I should have pulled this up. Alphabay Monero lost. Let me see if I can find that. Monero loses. DDoS ceases, fires up. See if we can find Monero. Should have used Monero. This man, when it emerged, investors could only quantify an unknown amount of Monero. Should have used Monero. This was further heightened after a number of arrests. That meme require a light edit. Should have hodled Monero. Is one of the few altcoins that have largely kept pace. Well, this is kind of a not exactly what I'm looking for. Monero appears to have lost its darknet market integrations and very well may have fallen victim to an exit scam. Dun, 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 dun. Previously hacked Monero, my Monero web wallet. Well, that's a web wallet. Monero's rise to fame, intricately tied to darknet markets. Anyway, I can't find the exact article, but there's also a bug bounty. What did Snay say? Already sold it to me, holding on to 30% of my Verge now. I hope you sold more, because when you left you said you were holding on to 80% of your Verge, so hopefully you've sold more since then. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the Monero bounty bug. I think it's $1 million. Monero bounty for HackerOne. Looks like this is the Monero bounty. 1,275 Monero. What? We need dedicated funds to satisfy bounty for Monero. Now that we are vice president, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure if this is the actual Monero bounty, but let's do a calculator. 1,275 times roughly $400. It looks like it's a bounty of only $500,000. I'm not sure if this is the bounty that is here. I know I've seen it a bunch of times floating around the web. But anyway, there's a big bounty if you can hack Monero. Basically, it can't. Can I talk about the fork tomorrow? So, I haven't even paid attention to the fork. I'm not even moving coins. You know, if my ledger supports it, where all my Bitcoin are, great. I think the fork season is getting ridiculous. I'm really not interested. Haven't really studied it. I think it's shit, to be honest. I mean, I have briefly looked at it, but I'm tired of all the ridiculous news that comes out with all the forks, and have stopped paying attention. Hell, I think we just had Bitcoin God on Christmas. Someone said Snay was going to look at Tron code and give us his opinion. I said he maybe. I said he was looking at learning how to read code more, and maybe he would. The source code goes live on what's today? Today's Wednesday or Tuesday? Today's Wednesday. It goes live on Friday, so it's not out yet. I may have missed what is the Verge prediction. The Verge prediction is in, and it's right there. It's $0.00, which leads me to, and I'm listening to your other questions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I want to talk about the future, of my opinion, of what I think Bitcoin can be. I'm sorry, what cryptocurrency will be, and a lot of these coins and the future of them, and why so many things are pumping. And after learning and watching this recent Verge pump, I've realized that almost anything at this stage of the game can succeed. Just at this stage. Now, that doesn't mean it will be here long term. I think that it will not succeed. Many projects will not succeed. I truly think 99% of everything that you see here is going to fail. The reason that and it's interesting, and I've changed my trading strategy a little bit. I've recently used to not invest unless I read the white paper, and for the most part that's still true, though now I even invest just off of, you know, decent recommendations that people have given me, and then later go back and read and see if I want to add more of it to my portfolio. But anything, it's almost like you could close your eyes these days and pick anything off the list on CoinMarketCap, and it's going to do well. We're obviously very early on in this stage of the game, and just like the internet in the 90s, many things ended up failing. What did I do before crypto? Yeah, I was an engineer. I worked for a couple of years. I was a chemical engineer. I worked in pharma, and then I quit for a year, and I traveled the world, and I lived in Thailand, lived in Southeast Asia, and I've been invested since 2012 into Bitcoin, and invested into other things late last year, such as Monero, Ethereum, and really started to learn more about what blockchain was and cryptocurrency, and then earlier this year became my full-time job. And I think that a lot of these projects are going to fail. There's no doubt about it, but it's so early on that all of it is pretty much news driven, you know, so far. It's nothing is out, nothing is working aside from maybe Bitcoin. None of this really has use cases yet. And as people continue to build, and until projects come out that do work, then everything can kind of coexist. So I don't think we need 8 Ethereums or 8 privacy coins, but right now we do. And it kind of doesn't matter whether you're in Verge or Dash or Zcash or Monero at the moment. But if you want to talk about the longevity of coins that will survive and really do well over the long haul, then that's a different story. Because it's true, you don't need 8 Moneros, you really don't. And I think until a lot of these projects prove themselves, and I think Monero actually already proves itself, that is working in terms of privacy. It is completely completely private. But a lot of these projects are competing with each other and aren't working. You know, Ethereum, Cardano, Neo, Quantum, all of them are not really working yet. We can go even further down the list, other platforms, Lisk and Stratus and Icon. There's many. EOS, I don't think all of them will succeed. I really don't. I'm invested in a lot of them because I think all of them stand a good shot. But they're not all going to live. That's just, you know, it's just basic facts. And I think until some of them prove themselves and actually work, you know, aside from CryptoKitties, if Ethereum actually did anything, then maybe we won't need a lot of other cryptocurrencies. But at this stage of the game, so much stuff is very early on. There isn't much stuff that's proven. And I think for the next year, until things start coming online, it's going to be a wild and fun ride. And I think it doesn't matter a whole lot as to what you invest in. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter a whole lot, but it's going to be less impactful. I think, hell, you can make gains on almost anything these days, but I truly think that 99 out of every 100 products that you see right here on this page will probably be gone in the future. And it's unfortunate, and a lot of people will lose a lot of money when that time comes and as people join the game late. I think a lot of you that are watching now are very early on and very invested very young and early. And it'll be interesting, and there's still a lot of money to be made. But at some point, you have to question yourself and say, you know, when do I pull this back into Bitcoin? And when do I pull it back into fiat and Ethereum and take my money and just walk away? I don't feel that time is anytime in the near future, but it will happen. And in that process, a lot of people will lose money. I think that, and there are a couple other projects. I see someone's comment about Wabi. Wabi does seem to be working, and that is one reason why I like Wabi, because it does seem to have a working product out. And there are not many projects, you know, there's a handful maybe on this list that are working and have good use cases, but for the most part, everything that you see here is not working and is competing alongside each other to do well. So as projects start to come online, I think that is when you'll see the inevitable downturn of some of these projects. And some of that looks like may hopefully be coming next year. I largely suspect many projects will face large delays and future promises, and some of them may even be scams, and they will continue to future promise different things. And it'll just be difficult and unfortunate for a lot of people, because you'll be holding on, and then you'll have to make a decision at that point when you see a project that actually works to, you know, really cling on to the stuff that does work, or at least I'm suggesting that you'll want to get invested into the things that, you know, are working and have working projects. So that's kind of what I think the future of cryptocurrency is and will do. just scrolling through a lot of the questions. I do hate Roger Ver, and I do think the future of Bitcoin Cash is not extremely good in the long term. I think in the short term, it may be bought a lot because it is on Coinbase. But for me, it offers really nothing different or innovative or new in the space over, say, Bitcoin. Or if you want to compare it to something even more on its level, perhaps Litecoin. Sam does not want to talk about Bitcoin Cash or even mention it when listing currencies. But yeah, I think Litecoin is a better version of Bitcoin Cash, and I think Bitcoin is perhaps a better version of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is accepted by more vendors at the moment. Obviously, there's a lot of issues with transaction size and fees right now, which is, you know, detrimental to what is happening. Any thoughts on the Ignis and NXT airdrop? So I actually made the call in the Moon Lounge to sell a lot of my NXT on Christmas Day. And I profited and made a lot of money off that because now NXT has lost a ton of its value in the last 2 days. I think I sold around $2. And I said, you know what? I think I'm going to end up making more money than this, guys. I think a lot of people are stocking up just for the Ignis airdrop. And I think that it is, you know, it might be a little too late at this point to sell. You might as well just hold on for the snapshot in a couple of hours. But I made the call anyway in the Moon Lounge to sell, and I can show you guys that I did exactly that. So here it is in the Moon Lounge. My time, 6:42 a.m. Making trades on Christmas Day, folks. Just traded some NXT to buy some more EOS. EOS looks really good right now, and I honestly got into NXT very early without doing much research on it, and still don't know much about it. I could care less about an airdrop, so I'm moving some of my profits from NXT into EOS at the moment. I showed you guys the 4-hour chart. The MACD looked like it was pretty good on EOS at the moment, and it did. EOS shot up shortly after this post. And if I exit out of that and I show you NXT, meanwhile NXT was just crossing on the MACD and looked like a great opportunity to get out after the massive pump. So I got out of NXT on Christmas Day, and I've made out very well. So people are constantly asking about how to get involved in the Moon Lounge, and I keep saying this, and I know we're waiting, but we are moving this over to the Cryptosomniac Advantage, where a lot of things will change. We'll shift a lot of it to email, and I believe that what I'm saying is blanked for a moment. I've been sending a lot of emails and responses and inquiries that basically say we are moving the Moon Lounge to the Cryptosomniac Advantage, and signups are not ready yet. Should be available sometime next week. So sign up for our newsletter on cryptosomniac.com to check back, or just check the website to give us an update. Or we'll give you an update once it is available. So that's the update on the Cryptosomniac Advantage. Signups might be available by the end of the week. I don't want to promise anything until they're ready. We have everything in place. We have a lot of the documents, reports ready to go. We have a lot of great calls and new cryptos that we want to share with you. We're just building out the platform to be able to do all that on our website. So we'll let you guys know when it's available. Sign up for our newsletter, and you will know exactly when it is available. BCH is being accepted by a lot more vendors. However, I want to show you some comparisons to Litecoin, and this is the biggest one. Bitcoin charts, Bitcoin info charts. There is really not much difference between Bitcoin and well, there is. Sorry, there's definitely a difference, but advantage rather. There is no real added advantage over Litecoin. And Litecoin has been around since 2011, much stable, very much so a stable chain. And if we take a look at block times, it is about 1/4 of the block time that Bitcoin Cash is. Bitcoin Cash is roughly 10 minutes, while Litecoin is roughly 2 to 2.5. So from a merchant's perspective, it makes a lot more sense to accept Litecoin because it's a lot faster in block time. Each requires about 6 block confirmations to get involved I mean, to be considered secure and fully into the blockchain. So for that reason, it takes about 1 hour to get into the Bitcoin chain, and it takes about 20 minutes to get into the Litecoin chain, and 1 hour for the Bitcoin Cash chain. So in my eyes, I think Bitcoin Cash is subpar to what Litecoin can provide. So if you're looking for faster transactions or anything that better than what Bitcoin offers, go to Litecoin. I don't see much of a need for Bitcoin Cash. And like I said, I don't see enough of a need for, honestly, so many different versions of currencies. I really think one will win out. And once we have the fastest, best one, there is no need for any others. And something that I also want to share, I think some of the best projects in cryptocurrency and crypto in general are actually not even here yet. I think the best projects are not here yet. I think it will take time and people to build out some of the best things. I think some of our best projects that will be here in 10 years are not even here yet. They have yet to been developed. So I think there's a lot of room for improvement, and I think it's still very young and very early on for a lot of these things. So that's kind of my views on Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin and Bitcoin and the future of a lot of crypto in general. Invested my profits from Verge into Tron. I would definitely suggest that you do that. I think Verge is one of those currencies that maybe has a little pop when, you know, the generic audience that's not following Verge closely, you know, maybe they buy in and they hype the price. But I think that Verge is a very poor investment in my eyes. So yes, definitely would get out now while it's in top 20, because it will not be in the top 20 for long, and is not one of those coins that I think is going to be around in, you know, 5-10 years. Did you speak on Verge already? I was busy buying Ember. Yes, I did. I said it was a shit coin and that its future price will be $0 and 0 cents, and that you should get out now. Get out while you are ahead, please. Yes, there's a lot of interesting things out there. There's Hashgraph and there is Tangle technology. And like I said, I think some of the best innovation isn't here yet and is still being developed. And, you know, it's wise to invest in new things and be risk averse. And you know, yeah, no, EOS could be, you know, the future. And I do hold EOS. I don't hold a ton because, I mean, it's widely unproven. And I do hold some Neo, and I hold some QTOM, and I hold some Cardano, because, you know, they're all possibilities, but none of them work yet. None of them are here. So until that, you know, improves, I won't be adding to my portfolios. And that's kind of my structure. And as things are longer and better, I invested in EOS back when it was 50 cents. I picked some up because I said, you know, hey, it's a good shot. It's a good opportunity. And now when it went to like $4 or $5 and I started following it more closely, you know, it's been around for more. I'm following Dan Larimer and his accomplishments, and I chose to invest a little bit more. On Christmas Day, I decided to buy a little bit more. I sold some NXT and bought some EOS, and I made out very well. So that's kind of how I conduct myself and just continue to buy. Regarding Alex Chekalov, what do I think about trading bots for Bittrex and Telegram signals? I'd be very skeptical and very cautious. I think trading bots at this stage of the game are just not very profitable. I think a lot of this is still news driven, and trading bots can't recognize news. So yeah, I think Hashgraph is very interesting. I've been reading up more onto it. It's all very new and speculative, as is Tangle. But it's interesting to at least be knowledgeable about. But I think that it is unproven. And I don't know a ton about it. But it is interesting. Won't off-chain hubs that will come from the Lightning networks be a point of centralization and control that can be compromised by the same big money that runs central banks? Great question. Great suggestion. I totally agree with you. Yes. There is a great video. Who did I share it with? I shared it with... who did I share that with? I was on the phone yesterday, and I shared this. Ooh, I know who I shared it with. I shared it with my buddy, Will. There's a great video right here. And some of it may be true, some of it may be not. It kind of puts down Bitcoin and furthermore Lightning Network. And I don't know how much I agree or disagree with putting down Bitcoin. Something I'd really love to see is someone like Andre Antonopoulos speak about the future of Bitcoin and what you know, the large fees and the impact that large fees are having on everything right now, and what the future is really for Bitcoin. I'd really love to hear his honest opinion. But I don't know how much I agree when this guy puts down Bitcoin, but he makes very good valid points about Lightning Network potentially being a point of further centralization in Bitcoin's protocol. Basically, with the way Lightning Network works, and I'll skip forward to one of the pictures, is you have a bunch of these little off-chain routes that people can use to connect to one another. And this is a really good picture of it, and I'll blow this up. You basically have these little hubs that help connect other people, these other little nodes, and the banks, or these hubs, and he compares them to banks because basically you have to run a whole chain, and things have to go through them in order to connect to these side chains. These side chains are basically, off-chain channels where people can correspond to one another and report final results back to the main chain, thereby decreasing the load on the main chain. But what you have is basically these big hubs that connect to these smaller routes so you can run through them. And, you know, as there's many more need for these little nodes and the connection of these different nodes, you have these central hubs basically charging fees and holding people more accountable for or, you know, holding more control over what gets ran through where. And you just really create more centralization with that, and you create things, you know, like banks basically, where they charge fees for connecting you to other people. So basically Lightning Network is kind of a solution to a problem that has been resulted from in this guy's video, actually just a result of the way Bitcoin has been coded. And he claims that people have actually been kicked off the project, and other developers that would basically they coded problems into the blockchain so that they could come up with their own solutions and profit from their solutions. Kind of like how, you know, some people believe we've created disease so we could literally just create solutions, medicine, for them. So he makes some very good, interesting points. I agree with some of it and maybe disagree with others, but I think I do agree with the point that Lightning Network is actually potentially just further centralizing Bitcoin, which is obviously not good in my eyes. So that's my little rant about Lightning Network. But yeah, there's a lot of coins actually that are creating, and these are the newest additions to my portfolio. There's a lot of these Gen 3 coins, and I can't wait till Snake gets back to help me record this, because I'd really like to do one of those cool whiteboard presentations where I get on the whiteboard and just draw and talk about Gen 1 versus Gen 2 versus Gen 3. But there's a lot of cryptos out there that are helping to bring a lot of these chains together and let them talk to each other. And things like Raiden, though Raiden I do see in my eyes, the more I understand about it, is a little bit of like a centralized attempt at solving the scalability concerns of Ethereum, much like Lightning Network is. But you have things like Raiden, you have things like Ion, which is one of the newest things that I've, you know, come across my eye. They are a cryptocurrency for connecting basically all the chains together. You have kind of things like Arc doing cross-chain atomic swapping, Kyber, which is like a decentralized exchange which allows you to talk to other coins. You have Icon, which claims that it'll be able to connect different chains. You have Cardano claiming to do similar things. I mean, not all of them are unproven, but they're definitely the newest things that have been on my eyes and on my radar that I think are interesting. And while I'm on the topic of the Cryptosomniac advantage, or at least it's in my head, today's free crypto giveaway In addition to, you can share my most recent video yesterday on Tron on Facebook or on Twitter for a chance to win some free Tron. But I actually really want your guys' opinions on this for the Cryptosomniac Advantage. I put a poll in the Facebook group, and I'd really like you to go over there. Go to facebook.com/Cryptosomniac, and I'm really trying to gauge what's the better platform. What's it called? Slack or Telegram? And I'd really like to know your opinion. Slack has a lot of advantages, and so does Telegram. We currently use Slack in the Moon Lounge, but we are thinking about doing Telegram, and there's a lot of cool features. My buddy Dan showed me this really cool thing, and I want to show it to you, that I didn't know that Telegram could do. We've downloaded this bot that is, it's like a chat bot, and it has these really cool features that I had no idea were possible. And I'm leaning towards maybe Telegram at this moment. Where is Dan and I's chat? So if you do some of these things, like you can type in C and then a coin like Civic, and what it does, just give it a second to load, is it pulls up a chart of Civic right in Telegram's chat. You can pull up /price of Civic, and what it does is it pulls up Civic's price. It's 1 hour change, it's 24-hour change, and it's priced in Bitcoin. You can also do /best, and the chat will give you the 4 top coins of the day, the 4 gainers. Let's see if that's true. Let's actually go to CoinMarketCap and take a look at today's best gainers. Well, that's Coinigy. CoinMarketCap. What was I just doing? 24-hour change. VeChain, Navcoin, Cuckoo, Salt. Yeah, it does look like these are true. Is that true? Vet? What is Vet? Vet is VeChain. Oh, wow. I thought it was Ven. Did they change their ticker code? I swore it was Ven. That's weird. Interesting. I swore their ticker was Ven. Let me see what happens when I type in Ven. Huh. Maybe it's always been Vet. That's weird. I swore it was Ven. Maybe I'm going crazy. For someone saying who still uses Facebook, isn't Facebook the largest social media network in the world? Facebook users with like 2 billion users. Isn't like a third of the world on Facebook? Not to put you down, but the statistics say a lot of people still use Facebook. But anyway, so a lot of cool features in Telegram that I had no idea about. So we're considering whether we want to use Slack or Telegram. There's obviously downsides and benefits to both. Do me a favor, and I'll pick a winner from one of these guys that votes. It looks like Telegram's already leading the way and the charge in that. Please vote and let me know, and I'll be giving away some free Tron at the end of the channel for anyone who shared my recent video on this. And tomorrow's winner will be chosen from right here. So please do me a favor and vote. Tell me what you think will do better, Telegram or Slack, because we're deciding as to which will be a better platform to use. And we're not using Telegram for trading signals or anything. All this good information will be emailed out to you. I would hate to use Telegram for solid information and literally have you scroll back up and have to find all the calls. That would defeat the purpose of, you know, what we're trying to build. So Telegram is just like an added bonus, added proposition, added value for, you know, just sharing the community. A lot of people in the Slack group have become friends, and, you know, it's a tight-knit community in the Moon Lounge there. So it's kind of just like, you know, a place to chat, hang out, and respond to people. So please vote. I said Tron was going to die. I mean, Verge, sorry. Don't want to scare anybody there. I think Verge is going to die. And whether it's, you know, next month or a year from now, eventually zero. The emails, you can sign up for that probably next week, end of late this week. Not positive. Discord is better than Slack and Telegram. I do use Discord. but I think it's not as user-friendly for your generic audience. I have a strong feeling that if I threw Discord in here, that Discord would not be very close. Though I do love Discord, not that I don't use it. I have an invite link to Binance. It's on the YouTube channel here. Go to, I think you can go in this video, and yeah, under the description below, if you go to videos, let me try and go to my video, and go to Verge price prediction. You will see, and by the way, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Only 44 thumbs up today. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Do me a favor. But yeah, you can use my Binance referral code link here, because Bittrex is no longer accepting new registrations. Shame on them. But I'm going to close this. I see you guys chatting up top. Have I looked into Sonum? I am a ICO investor of Sonum. Not a ton. I included my price predictions for Tron. I do think Tron is a very long future. You're absolutely right. What do you think about BTC? Will it start going up again from NIF TV? Yeah, my price predictions for Bitcoin was 100 to 150K next year. I think that that it will be 150K potentially next year, 100 to 150. What else? Let me see your questions. I might be missing some on Twitch and Twitter. Let me look at them. When is Wraith Protocol going to be out? I don't know, dude. I don't know if it's going to be out ever at all. I would be speculative. But send a super chat. I can buy my own super chats and send them to myself, it says. That's weird. Go Dragons. I went to Drexel University, and my our mascot was a dragon, the Drexel Dragon. Someone on Instagram says, so you think it will finally reach 100K this coming year? Whale 2 million or 2,000. Yeah, I do. I think we'll be over 100K this year. I really do. In fact, I just got my sister invested into crypto. I got her in a couple days ago, I think on Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve. I forget when. I think, yeah. I went to Temple University. Dope. That's awesome. Someone on Twit. Where did that comment go? Whoops. Someone on GVT or REC. Is REC the code for request network? I think they're both very different. I wouldn't compare them. I think REC is very good. We have a nice report coming out on REC. It'll be released to those of you that subscribe. But I like REC. I like GVT. GVT is very low coin supply, and you know, any amount of money that's pumped into that coin will really help it. And far down on the list. And you know what else is making moves recently? And this was also a thing that I purchased into ICO. Wager making moves. And I talked about Wager yesterday, actually, so I won't go into it again. Let me look at your questions. Are you avoiding dog coins? What is dog? I don't know what dog coins are. Do I think Tron, what coin do you think will hit 1 trillion market cap? Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin will hit 1 trillion. Heard of Rayblocks? 10K transactions per second. It's been up there on the list, and I've seen it. I've done little research on it. I've been doing research on 2 coins actually, and you'll like these. You'll like these, and I want to suggest you guys look more into them. But I've seen Rayblocks. I've stayed away from it for 2 reasons. One, because it's parabolic. This is when I avoid getting into coins. So now I have the time to do the research. It's on 5 exchanges, guys. It's not on anything that I actually have no idea I've actually literally, I don't think I've heard of any 5 of these exchanges. I've literally not heard of any one of these exchanges. So right now, the future doesn't look good, but who knows? Like I said, it almost doesn't even matter so much these days what you invest in. It just all goes up. But I don't see it on any exchanges, but it is up there on the list. But now I have the time to research it and learn more about it. It's not something that I'm going to buy if it is a good project, because it's parabolic. So, you know, I never get into anything that looks like that. But two other things. So I was starting to read. I read about half the white paper this morning for Icon. And what I didn't realize, actually, was that Icon is working with cross-chain interoperability. Icon, Jaden Smith. No, thank you. I don't think that's what I was looking for. Where is the Icon website? Visit Icon site. I didn't realize after, until I read the white paper, and I read about half of it this morning, that it's aiming to solve issues with interoperability. So I think if you're a fan of Ion or a fan of Radiant, this could be an interesting, addition to your portfolio. So this was something that I recently added. Nick Monson asks, hey Sam, when you are introducing new people to crypto, which coin do you usually recommend? I have many interested friends as of late. Bitcoin. You have to start with Bitcoin, and I know a lot of people that think it's too expensive or it's run up, but people told me that it was too expensive when it was $3,000. I have a friend, and we copied his message in a chat, and he said, I wish I'm waiting till it gets back to 2.2K. And he said that when it was about 4,500. And I texted him today. It was 2.2K because we had this little flash crash, and he chose not to buy. He thought it could go even cheaper, and basically we saved his little 2.2K joke. And we saved all. We laugh and we make fun of him every day for that one. We're still waiting for the day Bitcoin goes back to 2.2. And I think in a year from now, you'll be wishing Bitcoin was at 15K and you had the opportunity to buy right now. So you got to start with Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the questions. Someone comments, Wager is on shit exchanges. I agree. Wager is on, I hate that it's only on Waves. In fact, I bought into the ICO. I literally hate Waves so much that I literally have my ICO tokens in the Wager wallet that they had on their website. But I made a really good return on it. I thought it was kind of a shit coin, but it still might be. But I actually, they actually have a working demo out. And I like that. So they are working. But Wager I bought at 5 cents, and now it was at 60 cents. So that's a 12x return. So I think I've outpaced Bitcoin. And that's the whole goal for me. It's all about collecting as many Bitcoins as possible. It's almost like a video game for me. I try to collect as much Bitcoin as possible. And you use altcoins as a vehicle to do that. Outpace the growth of Bitcoin. And it looks like I've done that so far with Wager. What do I think about NEO? I think NEO is largely going to depend on the future of China and whether or not it is true that they have any kind of governmental ties with it. When I compare it to Quantum, I like Quantum a lot better. But if it has some ties and China regulates crypto and accepts crypto and regulates ICOs and leverages NEO to do that, then I think NEO can do very well. But from a technology standpoint, I do like Quantum a lot better. Bitcoin is the new gold. I agree. What do I think about Waze? It's well connected to the Russian government. Oh, wait. I don't know. I don't know much about Waze. I think, like I said, there's so many platforms out there. Jesus, you have Ubic, you have Stratus and Lisk and EOS and Cardano and Ethereum and Quantum and I don't know. You have at least 2 dozen different platforms out there. It's obviously good to diversify, but at what point do you say enough is enough? 1 year thoughts on Bitcoin, Tron, Ripple, and Ethereum. I think Ripple will eventually die. I think decentralization always wins over centralization. Centralization falls victim and prey to the same things that all major banks and institutions and points of centralization usually have. They're corrupt, they're prone to failure, they are not secure. The list goes on and on and on. And Ripple is not decentralized. That being said, I own Ripple as one, a hedge just in case, and two, because I think it will be added to Coinbase. And make no mistake, I do like money. Just because I don't like a coin doesn't mean I'm against holding it or at least trading it. I don't think Ripple is around in 5-10 years. I think decentralization always wins over centralization. But I hold some because I think it is one of the next coins and most logistical to get added to Coinbase. Headquarters are right across from each other, and it's very centralized and probably very easy to audit and keep track of, which Coinbase likes. So I'm holding some Ripple for that reason, but the future of it I don't think is very bright. In the short term, I think it's good, but in the long term, I don't think it is good. So I think that's one of those coins. When I mentioned, 99 out of the top 100 won't be here, I think Ripple is one of those that won't be here. What price would you sell Ripple at? Hey man, I wait until we get added to Coinbase and months after we're added to Coinbase before letting go of Ripple. I'm holding it as a little bit of as a hedge right now in anticipation of it getting added to Coinbase. So you'll make a lot of profit probably if it gets added to Coinbase. So definitely don't sell yet. Matt Pattison asks, if you have to pick one, Cardano, Stellar, or BitShares? Cardano. Good idea to get 1K worth of Tron. Yes, I do. I picked it as maybe my largest winner of all of next year. We'll take a few more questions. Guys, hit that thumbs up button. Do me a favor. Smash that thumbs up button. Oh, wow. We got a lot of questions in the super chat that I have not asked. Oh, I already asked Nick Monson's question. Thanks for the $5, Nick. When are you introducing new people to cryptocurrency? So I think I asked that. I went over it briefly. I said you have to start with Bitcoin, man. You have to start with Bitcoin. And you have to, that's the way. Like I said, I went into this, people were saying I thought it was too expensive at 2,000, too expensive at 1,000, etc. So, definitely have to start with Bitcoin, Ethereum, the things that are on Coinbase, and then as they become more versed and see their improvements and increase in price, that's where I started. My dad, that's where my sister is, that's where my mother is. Once they see the gains in that, let that soak in for a couple months. Let that, let the bug bite them. Let the crypto bug bite them. and then when they start seeing the money, I'm sure they'll be itching for more. And then they can continue into other things. 1 year thoughts, Superhuman, Bitcoin, Tron, Ripple, and Ethereum. So Bitcoin, I said 100 to 150K. Tron, $1.50. Ethereum, I'm going to say 5K next year. And, well, let me look at the market cap before I give you a quote on 5K. Let me take a look real quick. We have Ethereum market cap at 71. I'm going to say the market cap can get to, I'm going to say 350. So 350 divided by 71 is a 5x return. So 5 times 739 is 3,500. So my prediction for next year for Ethereum is 3,500. And yeah, so that's my 1 year predictions and all those. And Ripple. Ripple is going to be, Ripple's one of the trickiest ones for me to calculate. I think ultimately it's not around. I think it actually dies. But in the short term, in 1 year, I don't think it takes just 1 year to die. I think it'll die a little bit even, more slowly. But I think Ripple in a year's time could be, I don't know, Could be. It's at 52 million market cap right now. Wow. I think it's a little high right now. There is no way that that thing passes Ethereum. And if it is, it's going to come right back down really hard. But I think Ripple could be, I don't know, $3 maybe. So that's an increase to $150 billion market cap. I think the hype is going to be short-lived. I think when people start to learn about what Ripple is and that it is centralized, that it is, you know, not all it's cracked up to be. And then we have a third question by Tiger World YT. Thank you for the $2. My thoughts on Moin. I am not familiar at all with Moin, but I'll give you my brief overview of it since you asked. Wow, that thing is far down on the list. All right, so let's go on CoinMarketCap because unfortunately our site does not allow the flexibility of showing you which charts it's on yet. But this is how I analyze quickly at a glance a coin. If you're, you know, want to know how I look at coins. First thing I look at is its market cap, and 1 million is extremely low. 129 BTC. Hell, I think a lot of us can move this market, so that's not good. The volume is 122,000, which is only 8 Bitcoin. I could literally move the entire market myself if I wanted. And the circulating coin supply is actually pretty good, so I do like coins that are low in coin supply. So I think that the coin supply looks good. It looks like it's been around for a while. I see it dating back to March, which isn't bad. But the crypto exchanges that it's on, given that it's been out for so long, is pretty subpar. It's only on 6 exchanges. So I would say my recommendation for Moin is stay away. It does not look to be super interesting. Not on a lot of exchanges. Another thing, I always take a quick look at Reddit, how many Reddit subscribers there are. There's only 29, guys. There's only 29. Hell, I could ask all my friends to sign up for this subreddit, and it would look like it was, you know, I'd have more than that. So yeah, Moin, I'm going to give you the thumbs down on Moin. Don't invest in Moin. I think Civic is great. Someone asks about Civic. Ooh, so I said my one thing it was Icon. I'm not big into ICOs. You guys know that. I invest very little into ICOs, but here is my newest ICO. And I actually had an interview earlier with the CEO and founder of this new ICO. And I actually missed it because I miscommunicated the times. We had scheduled it 2 or 3 days ago. He miscommunicated the times. Hopefully the third time is a charm, and I'll be able to release the interview about it with you guys. But Bcoin or B token. Let me look up B token. It is the B. And what I'm going to do is talk to you a little bit about what B is. It's a promising ICO, and I'm not big into ICOs, and I normally don't purchase a whole lot. You know, I purchase, you know, I don't recommend more than like 5% of my portfolio to ICOs. And why won't this site load? B blockchain. Let me find the website. I was on it earlier today. What is the website? Why is it not coming up? Introducing the B token. Where is their website? Here it is, btoken.com. So, thanks for the subscribers, by the way. The B token. So, first thing is, it has former employees from Google, Facebook, Uber, and Civic. And I like Civic. I'm a big fan of Civic. I'm a big fan of Jimmy Lingham. I've met Jimmy Lingham. And the CEO and founder, named Jonathan of B token, came over from Civic. I believe he was the chief security officer over at Civic. Or at least the co-founder was. It looks like he was actually the former lead at Uber Security. And where's the other co-founder? It doesn't say it right there, but there is someone here that used to be the chief of staff for Civic. So they have a lot of good people on the team, people from Google, Facebook, Uber, and what they're doing is basically creating the next Airbnb. And just quickly glancing, and this is sort of my homework for the night, to read their white paper and see if what I really think. But at a quick glance, fantastic team, good coverage in the media, and the token sale, they are raising a normal amount. I like to see normal amounts being raised. And where is it? I quickly saw it. I know it by hand, but I'm trying to bring it up on screen for you guys. I can't find it, so I'll just tell you. The soft cap is 5 million and the hard cap is 15 million. It's not some ridiculous amount that, you know, it's not like 100 million or 200 million, where I take this into consideration, where do you really need 100 million dollars to start your project? Damn, Min cute as hell. Let's take a look. Who are these girls? Min right there. Min Kim. Yeah, I think 15 million is completely reasonable for this project. It's also, you know, that's kind of how I weight a lot of ICOs. You know, do you need $100 million to create your simple one-off product? You know, that is, you know, the questions I kind of ask myself. So I think 15 million is very reasonable. And I think the hype around this is pretty good. And I think you will have to whitelist to be a part of it. I don't think that everyone will have a chance to invest in this ICO, given that it will only be available will only have 15 million of, you know, raising 15 million. Unfortunately, the mainnet doesn't look like it'll be ready till late next year, but that's the one downside I see of it. Looks like it's still a long ways into the future, but I have an interview with Jonathan, and I'll let you guys know what I think. You guys can watch the interview. I'm sure it'll be hosted here on YouTube, and we'll see. I think it looks pretty interesting. My homework for tonight is to read the white paper and try to learn more. So that is my newest addition to the portfolio. So do me a favor, guys, hit that thumbs up button, and I'm going to give away some free crypto here on the channel for someone who reshared my video either on Twitter or Facebook. I am doing the medium-term risk product video soon. Don't worry, that will be out soon. And I did cause chaos on Verge. I did. I think it's going to 0. I think the coin's already tanked hard, and I think it's just going to tank a lot harder. Civic idea will be incorporated into other blockchains. Civic dead on arrival. I kind of disagree. I think that Civic is very specific, and I actually had this conversation while advising another company, another startup, that you know, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to. I was talking to a coin or a company that wanted to do, what was it? Like document verification, data sharing, and data analytics for hospitals, and be able to share that data research and data points. And they needed a lot of things. They needed file storage. They needed personal identity. So it makes a lot more sense for new companies to partner with, for example, you know, Civic or Siacoin or Storage to do that for them. They don't need to reinvent file storage when their main focus is something else. You know, data entry and data sharing between hospitals and universities and things of that nature. That's the focus of the project. Why reinvent the wheel with personal identity and storage when you can literally just hire that out or contract that out and partner with one of these existing companies that specializes in just that and does it a lot better than you will and a lot faster. So I don't think Civic is dead on arrival. Civic is partnering with tons of companies, up and coming companies that need their services. And partnerships is one way I rate and critique companies. And Civic is out there establishing a lot of partnerships. So totally agree or disagree with you that Civic is not a good product. If you're interested in learning more on crypto, head over to the website. I have a course that covers everything that you need to know on cryptocurrency. I take one-on-one appointments, as does Snay. I offer money-back guarantee on them, so if you're not satisfied with the course, with the one-on-ones, you get your money back, no worries. I haven't had anyone give me ask for a refund on one-on-one appointments, so feel free to schedule at your own leisure. What else? I'll answer one or two more questions and then round out the stream and give away some free crypto here. And make sure you guys vote for tomorrow. Telegram or Slack, which one do you like better? And let me make sure no one else super chatted. No one else super chatted. Thoughts on Rebellious, mate? Not familiar with the project, so I'll do quickly what I did for the other guy. Anti-format, we have a report coming out on taxes. We'll try to host that on site for you guys that are interested in the question in taxes and stuff. But what was I just doing? I lost track. Rebellious. So I'll go to CoinMarketCap and I will take a look at Rebellious and take a look. And it looks like it must be an ICO because I don't see it. So Rebellious ICO. Rebellious teenager came up. A currency that rebels from the trend. Where is the description? Privacy community. It looks like another currency. It says right here, the trend of main ICO focuses on sustained and meaningful usability, built by a community that cares. With a strong community, will show actions are what count and become the product cryptocurrencies are made out to be. I don't know. I'm so over currencies as a new app. You know, there are so many currency apps out there. So currency does not really interest me that much if this is what it's set out to be. What about Substratum? I think Substratum has definitely been definitely generating a lot of hype because of the recent what was it called? The why am I blanking? The net neutrality bill that was passed, and I know that's being repealed, and depending upon that will also help impact the price of Substratum. If it is, you know, if it actually happens, you know, Substratum I think will definitely do well. And I am definitely not a fan of you know, throttling service and, you know, increasing price. I think that's messed up. I'm not a fan of that at all. So yeah, let's give away some free crypto today, and to be eligible tomorrow, please head over to facebook.com/cryptosomniac and vote on the new poll there. And also, we're live 24/7 on the Sleepless channel right here. Type in Sleepless Cryptosomniac into YouTube, and you'll find people chatting over there as well as me, and you'll find the charts, and literally 24/7 like a true cryptosomniac should be. And we'll mute that. We have the chart up. We definitely need to update those charts, which I'll do momentarily. And we have the chart or the chat 24/7. I don't know why the chat isn't loading for me. I don't see anyone. There we go. Screen seems frozen a couple minutes ago. Y'all having technical issues. So yeah, I'll have to make sure and go check that. We have to update the charts. Thanks. Updating now. Sounds good. So head over to Sleepless Cryptosomniac, hit the thumbs up button, and looks like Wabi just got back to me. I wanted to schedule an interview with Wabi Coin and their team because I think what they're doing is really interesting. So Would love to do an interview with them. Anyway, let's give away some money. And I usually pick a winner, one from Facebook or one from Twitter. And you guys know how it works. So random number generator, 1 for Facebook, 2 for Twitter. Today's will come from Twitter. So let's go to twitter.com. And for whatever reason, not everyone that retweets is visible. And where is it? Is this yesterday's video? Oh, that is my current video. That is disappointing. Why is the title for that not in there? Whatever. Top cryptocurrencies. I think this is the video from yesterday. 53 retweets. So, might as well retweet it. 54. I don't count, of course. I'm gonna have to quickly count through these. 1, 2. Oh my God. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 retweets are what is visible to me. So we'll pick a number between 1 and 25 somewhere. Did I close the random number generator? No, I didn't. Here it is. 1 and 25. Number 17. So we'll open up the retweets and we'll count backwards. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 2019, 18, and 17. Pedro Salamao, I will hunt you down and give you that. Look at that picture from the Verge team that popped up for a second there. We'll give you some free Tron because we love Tron and we think it's a great coin. So free Tron for you, Pedro, and we'll be in touch. Someone will reach out to you. And to be eligible tomorrow, all you have to do is participate in our vote on the page, cryptosomniac.com, or facebook.com/cryptosomniac. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think we should be using for the Cryptosomniac Advantage? Would you rather see us use Telegram, or would you rather see us use Slack? And right now, Telegram seems to be leading the way. So if you want something else other than Telegram, you know, let us know. Winner, chicken dinner. That's right. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I wish I could sit here and talk crypto forever. There's just so much to do and so much to read and so much to learn that I literally lose sleep on looking and reading the charts. Literally. That's why I used to look a lot healthier before I got into crypto. I'm literally not even kidding. I need to get back a bit of a normal life. I think 16-hour days are not sustainable. But that's what I do. Yeah, leave a comment about the LA meetup. I think if the channel gets a little bit bigger, we had a decent response. If it's for real, I think I definitely would like to organize one, and we'll get those things set up. We have so much coming on the website, so much to offer and bring, and it's going to be exciting. So stay tuned, stay cryptosomniacs, stay forever vigilant, stay forever reading, stay forever learning, and subscribe to us on Facebook. Join the Sleepless channel. Let me link the chat right now so you don't have to do any of that work. I typed it in the chat. Join us over there. We're having tech issues. I'll get it set up and fixed right after this. And let's make a lot of money. And let's all get to the moon. Tronics to the moon. I agree. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure. I'll chat with you tomorrow.